Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Welcome back to Peg
and the Don. All right, so we got another late start. It's like 8:45.
Yes.
But the good thing is, it's not as hot and it's not as humid.
Not as humid.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Humidity.
That's the big thing. And we still get to get this thing knocked out, and then I'll have the rest of the day to do whatever I want to do.
Yep.
Whatever we want to do, but we ain't really got nothing planned.
Well,
we can be lazy, I guess.
there's a one little thing we might want to do.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you watched our previous videos, but you know, we've always been talking about moving back to Georgia, purchasing a house. Well, right now, we're actually considering purchasing a home in this area. We don't exactly live in St. Louis. We live in the outskirts of St. Louis in the St. Charles area. And it's got a lot of nice stuff out here. So
I like the area. I really wanted to go back to Georgia, but I'm just ready for my forever home.
yeah. See, we're ready to settle down and get our forever home, like she said, but we don't want to wait too long to do it.
Yeah.
Let's get started now. So we're gonna go look. I don't know if we're gonna post any video about it, but we're gonna go look at some houses today, go look at some new neighborhoods. We actually had a neighborhood at one point that we really liked.
Yeah. They sold out.
Yeah.
By the time we found out about it, they were down to their last lot and we weren't committed to the area. So we went back there and it's completely sold out. So I'm sure that's not the only up and coming great neighborhood. I would like a new build, but hey, I'm not opposed to a house that's 5 years or younger. So,
and get this, Peggy say she's willing to go back to work if we find the right kind of house. It would have to be some kind of fantastic house, I think.
it'll have to be a mansion for me to go back to work.
All right, well, Peggy ain't going back to work, y'all.
Okay.
We're not getting the mansion.
Anyway, I'm telling you, this park is creepy, right? So me and Donald was walking, and I was putting my fanny pack on. It felt like now he was on the left, I was on the right, and it felt like somebody moved my hand. And I'm like, what the freak? This park is creepy.
This park is creepy. So we on one of the good downhills right now. You know, this is where I shine. This is where the big boy shines. So we're gonna put the phone down, talk a little bit more about it, about our plans for the day, and we'll see y'all later.
Alrighty.
You and me were meant to be as one. The universe has known it all along. Maybe this is where our story starts. Maybe it was written in the stars. Written in the stars. You, me, forever, yeah. You, me, written in the stars. You, me, forever, yeah. You, me.
Hey y'all.
Hey family.
Hey, we back. We just been talking some more about the house purchases and where we want to live and stuff like that. And there's something that we haven't even discussed with you guys. You may not know this, but I'm a bit of a spendthrift. I am a bit of a bargain hunter.
What he's trying to say is he a bird. He's cheap.
I'm cheap a little bit. It get to the point to where there's been purchases that I wanted, but I couldn't pull the trigger. So I had to get Peggy to come by with a credit card to make the purchase. I've had her push the buy now button on Amazon because I couldn't get myself to do it. It's a real thing, and I'm working on me.
It gets to the point where I'll tell him, you know what? If you don't buy this, I'm gonna take the money and I'm gonna go buy me a purse with it. I have to push him.
Yeah.
Push. He doesn't spend, but when he does spend, he spends big.
Exactly. See, I like quality stuff, so that's why this has come to mind again. Cause, like I said, this is gonna be our forever home, and I want to make sure it's good. It has the things that we want, the amenities, location, everything. So I have to let go of that spendthrift mentality, that bird mentality that Peggy calls it. I gotta let go of that a little bit and look at these homes that we're gonna look at over the next couple of days through long range eyes. Trust God.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you grow up with extremely meager means, you start to get kind of protective of it. And I think that's what happened with me. But I'm gonna let that go because this is important. Not 100% let it go. I'm not going way over the top.
We're not looking to move for at least another 6 to 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the perfect window to build, 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna build. We're both getting it up in there in the age, so I want a really large 1-story home.
yeah, because I've had a knee replacement. He's had an ankle. Well, his ankle has a bunch of bolts and screws and stuff in it, so we're hurt.
Yeah.
So
those are considerations. Y'all, give me some advice about how to let this go.
I'm gonna tell you how to let it go.
Tell me how to
go.
Oh, it's so simple. Why didn't I think of that?
I'm just saying, let it go. Let me do it.
Well, that's what's going to end up happening.
Let me do it.
We're going to narrow it down to like 3 houses. And I'm probably going to end up trying to pick the cheapest one, but I'm going to give Peggy 51% say so on this purchase.
So we're going to start looking, and if we're going to stay in the area, I would like us to start building around November so that we'll have a spring move time. You know, I don't want to move in the winter because St. Louis has the worst winters of all. If I find a house that I love, I will walk you guys through it so that you can help us choose. We'll narrow it down.
All right. So that's what we're doing today. So we'll see y'all at the end for the little car talk.
All right.
See y'all later, fam. Cheap.
All right, family, we're back after that walk. I'm telling you that I cannot stress it enough. Walking is good for stress. It is good. Like when I walk, I have a better day. Honestly, I have a better. Donald always say that I'm ornery. My kids call me a fuss bucket, but I'm telling you, after I walk, I just feel so much better, relieved, and relaxed. And today, for some reason, I wasn't as winded. We're not as winded.
Well, yeah, look at us just talking in the car. We went the same distance.
We went a little further today.
Yeah, we actually went a little bit further.
And I'm not as winded. So, hey, maybe my body is getting used to this walk.
We might have walked a little slower.
You think we did?
Maybe a little bit, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it took us almost 53 minutes. But...
We just met Peggy and Donald 20 years from now.
Yeah.
It's an old couple, and the guy was so sweet. He was like, hey, y'all slow down there.
Yeah.
We were going too fast. It's just good to see older people still enjoying each other's company and being able to talk and stuff. It's good.
It is good.
Because when I was growing up, I didn't see any positive marital relationships. I didn't see it growing up. I'm like where we lived in this apartment complex. You know how they separate the family. The men were not allowed to live there, but a woman could live there with all her children. And I was just like, when I would see somebody's dad, I would be like real nervous because I only knew dads to be like James from Good Times. This is so sad, but I only knew dads to be like James from Good Times. So I thought all dads were mean. And when I met Mr. Williams, he was a really nice guy. And I was like, wow, but strict at the same time. You know, his kids never got in trouble. They just had a good, happy home life. My mother instilled in us
work ethic. Work. That's because that's all we saw her do. Like my mom at one point had to work 2 8-hour jobs. She'd go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, get off that job, and come home at 3:30, and then she had to work at her other job from 4 to midnight. So she did that for years. Like that's all we ever see her do was work hard. So that was my thing: work hard.
I grew up, my dad was there the entire time, and all I saw was him work. And my dad was someone to be feared. My mother was a strong, a very strong person. I lost her this year, but she was a very, very strong person, and she raised 6 kids. And like I said, we weren't well off. We was actually kind of poor, but I didn't even realize we were poor because mom kept our clothes clean, and she always finds nice stuff for us to have, and she made sure we was fed. So I didn't realize I was poor until after I left. I'm like, oh, dang,
and
we
the
were
same
poor.
with us. Like in the community we lived in, it was 3 sections of apartment complexes, and we didn't know we were poor, but we knew we helped each other. Like I know on Fridays I'm going to Lisa's house because we're going to have hamburgers and french fries and ice cream. Like I knew if I was hungry, I was going to go there and get something to eat. Or, you know, if my mom went shopping, people would come over and we would give people a whole chicken, or we would give them potatoes because my mom would shop like she was shopping for an army. She'd get a 50-pound bag of rice, a 50-pound bag of sugar, she would buy a case of chicken, which consisted of 30 whole chickens. Man. I used to hate when she did that because we had to sit up and cut that chicken up and bag it up and freeze it. You know what I'm saying? But we had to be fed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So she knew, we knew we were going to have chicken. We was going to have rice.
Yeah, like I said,
and beans. Those are the things we had.
Yeah, like I said, we didn't have a whole lot, but my mom was the lady in the neighborhood. She would ask other kids, "Did you have breakfast this morning? When was the last time you ate something?" And they haven't eaten, she'll bring them in and get them a peanut butter sandwich. We didn't even have jelly most of the time. Peanut butter and bread, a cup of water. And you'll be surprised how thankful the neighborhood kids were for something like that. So if you can help somebody, help somebody. Hey, that's our tangent today about married couples and stuff.
No, but I'm just saying, it was just good to see them because most married couples, to me, when you see them at that age, they're kind of fussy at each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people look like they hold hands and they still, you know, sit up and talk. And
out going for a walk right now. How old do you think they were? About 72?
No, they had to be in their 80s. Them people were old.
Well, he was walking very spry though. But you know what though? He probably is about 80.
Those people were in their 80s. I'm gonna be their friend, y'all. I'm gonna, if I see them in the park tomorrow, I'm gonna sit down and talk. I love talking to older people because they have a lot of knowledge. It's something about older people. When I'm in their presence, I just immediately want to give them all the respect in the world and just want to hear what they have to say. Old people are full of knowledge. Like, I want to be that way when I get older. I want to be able to help somebody and tell somebody something, you know. But you don't see. I'm just saying, I did not see it coming up. I did not see it. Now, my very first pastor, I've always wanted to be a housewife. That was my dream. Like everybody else wanted to grow up to be nurses. And I know this sounds really sad, y'all, but I just wanted to be a housewife. I just wanted to love my life because I had it pretty hard growing up. And I was like, I wish I could just get married, have children, raise my children, prepare them for life so they could. I just wanted to give somebody the life I never had. But that didn't work out. I had a good job. Always had a good job, always worked, always took care of my kids. So when I met Donald, my baby was 15. So we not having no babies because we too old.
I made that decision a long time ago.
So anyway, I'd love to see black couples. Yeah. Black love, older, you know, because they done been through and through.
Yes.
I'm just, when I saw them, I was just like, I felt like they were our Chinese, what would you call them? You know how Chinese people respect their elders?
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to bow.
Shit, wow. If you would have bowed, baby, I promise you.
I would have laughed myself. Oh, Jesus. Only the weird stuff happened to me. I'm okay, we ain't gonna keep y'all too long, but look, the other day we was out walking in the neighborhood, and it's like I'm trying to decide where I want to walk because I got to narrow it down. I either want to walk in the neighborhood or I either want to walk in the park. In the park, like I say, people want to talk to you. They want to speak to you. I mean, if you go around the circle, you're going to see the same people over and over. But then in the neighborhood, you don't know if somebody going to let their garage up and they dog going to come jumping out. Because let me tell y'all, last week, and I almost told Donald to record, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. Because he didn't want to walk up the extra part of the cul-de-sac, and I'm always trying to grab like an extra 100, 200 steps as we go. So he was waiting on the corner. He was playing his Pokemon Go, and I'm just walking up the street, and I always put on my music when I'm walking by myself, and I'm just counting my steps and my beats, and a garage come up. I didn't hear the garage come up, but here come this dog. And let me tell you something, I screamed.
I don't know how anybody stayed asleep in that area, boy, because I heard it way back at the corner. So I started running. I started running up towards Peggy and everything. Let me tell you something,
and it wasn't even a big dog. That's so sad. It was a mutt, but
yeah, a little teenage type dog.
But he came at me very aggressively. And so
I wouldn't say aggressive. He was very playful. He was very enthusiastic.
But I didn't know he was a playful dog. How would you know if somebody running up at you? You don't know.
You don't.
So anyway, I grabbed somebody's mailbox and I'm screaming to the top of my lungs, and I'm like, Donald, oh my God, I'm finna die. He was chasing me around the mailbox, because I was like, I was doing a Lil' Kim number, y'all.
Well, by the time I got up there, he was running away. So I kind of stood between. I was helping the owners corral the dog and get him back to the owners.
They just couldn't get the dog, and boy, because where we live, there's a leash law, so they were really worried because I'm sure that dog has got out more than once, and it was probably to the point where they were like, "You're gonna have to let your dog go." Yeah. I always say I'm not gonna talk so long, but I see I've been talking for 12 minutes, but. Thank you guys for watching. I'm excited for the opportunity to purchase my forever home. Like, that's all I can think about right now.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. All right. Thank you guys for watching our channel. I know we were long-winded today, but tomorrow we'll do better. Okay, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and like the video.
All right, fam. Till next time. Peace.